It's safe to say that the Clown Prince of Darkness is one of the most popular comic book villains in history. We are drawn to his terrifying mystique and absolute insanity.
Why so serious?
But we also love that he provides a challenge for one of our favorite heroes, Batman.
You wanted me. Here I am.
Although they both don't possess superpowers, we do think that the Joker has some supernatural skills of his own. Want to find out what made our list? Watch our video and find out. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join our CBR notification squad and give our video a big thumbs up.
It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Makes Batman laugh. Batman is by far one of the most somber, deadpan characters in comic book history, but it's that earnestness that enables him to win the majority of his battles. Sure, Bruce Wayne cracks a few jokes here and there when he needs to blend in, but when he's wearing the mask, he cannot be more serious and focused.
Break the bad news.
I'd rather do the breaking in person.
Dick Grayson was always able to lighten the mood, and he once smiled in a picture with a young pre-Red Hood Jason Todd. That's about the extent of his lighthearted side. However, there is one person who could make Batman laugh, and that is, of course, the Joker.
Let's put a smile on that face.
In the final pages of Alan Moore and Brian Bolland's acclaimed one-shot Batman the Killing Joke, the Joker tells a joke about a pair of inmates in a mental asylum who try to escape, with Batman finding the punchline, "Who do you think I am? Crazy? You'd turn it off when I'm halfway across." Hysterical. Some people believe the joke is what the title The Killing Joke refers to, if you believe Batman actually kills the Joker in the end. But that's something we may never know. In either case, the Joker successfully, unquestionably made the Dark Knight laugh. And if that's not a superpower, we don't know what is. Immortality. Nearing the end of his run with the Joker and the Dark Knight in the New 52 universe, Scott Snyder aimed to tell a groundbreaking concluding chapter in his Joker story. The storyline takes place shortly after the events of Batman Eternal and sees the Joker return to the fold following his disappearance in Batman: Death of the Family in 2012. Throughout the story arc, Snyder wanted the readers to question whether or not the Joker and the Pale Man, an immortal being from Gotham's early days, were one and the same. Joker continuously injected himself with a toxin that allowed him to heal from mortal wounds, though Snyder and artist Greg Capullo never confirmed if Joker was in fact immortal. Snyder said that they wanted to leave the possibility open that what Joker was saying is true, but all signs point to him lying.
It's so intense.
Ultimately, the reason he starts clawing his way towards the Dionysium at the end is because clearly it seems he needs to get more to heal and get out of there. Being immortal would certainly explain how the Joker has bounced back from so many devastating injuries. In Endgame alone, he and Batman are crushed within a collapsing cave. Ouch!
Never start with the head. The victim gets all fuzzy. You can't feel the neck.
Break the fourth wall. We know what you're thinking, Deadpool, right?
I know, right?
Well, Deadpool may be the leading character when it comes to breaking the fourth wall, but he certainly isn't the only one who can do it. There are plenty of people who, in some form of cosmic awareness, or at least can talk directly to the readers or viewers. When it comes to the DC universe, some of the characters who've done it are Lobo, Phantom Stranger, and Madame Xanadu. When it comes to the DC animated universe, the Joker is the one who likes to talk to the audience.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Which kinda makes sense, as he's the only one crazy enough to do it. On several occasions, the Joker, brilliantly voiced by Mark Hamill, broke the fourth wall and spoke directly to the viewers. For instance, in the episode Joker's Wild, as the Joker escapes from Arkham Asylum, he warns the audience, "Don't try this at home, kids." Then, in Joker's favor, he shouts, "Let's hear it for him, folks." Throughout the series, Joker frequently looks into the camera and speaks directly to the audience, as if it was all a comic book version of The Truman Show. A much creepier version, of course.
My party's been disconnected.
Master Tactician. Batman is the ultimate believer in preparation. You can't really blame him though. Being prepared for anything is always great. Given enough time to formulate a plan of attack and the right gadgets to use, there's virtually no being in existence he can't beat. So it only makes sense that his arch nemesis share the same level of strategy development, right? The Joker is a master tactician. We don't even need to delve that far into the comics to see his skills at work. We need only take a look at the movies to see how he manages to bring Gotham City to its knees and even break the spirit of the Cape Crusader. Not many people would be able to do either of those things.
You have nothing to threaten me with. nothing to do with all your strength.
As for the comics, in Batman Endgame, the Joker managed to infect the Justice League with a potent strain of the Joker toxin that turns Superman, Flash, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman against the Caped Crusader. Being able to concoct a strong enough dose that would infect heroes of widely different physiological bodies is astonishing to say the least, and certainly daunting coming from the Joker. Master of Escape. Batman is dark and mysterious, and with that territory comes the ability to escape silently and stealthily. He could be called the ultimate evader. Because being trapped in numerous harrowing situations, the Dark Knight always finds a way to not only escape, but also take down his enemies at the same time. It's why the police are never able to capture him, and why, no matter how secure a place is, he always finds a way in and a way out, which is perfect for facing his arch nemesis, the Joker. That being said, we know that Batman isn't the only master escapologist in Gotham. The Joker always seems to have a few tricks up his sleeves too. Because the Justice Department classifies Joker as criminally insane, he's always sent to Arkham Asylum whenever the Caped Crusader captures him. But no matter how many times he's admitted into the institution, the Clown Prince of Crime never fails to escape. It's a favorite pastime for him. His ability to break away to freedom time and time again from seemingly inescapable situations is rather a unique skill, one that more villains should consider mastering. That, or Arkham can finally figure out their security systems. Superhuman pain resistance. Have you ever wondered why someone with such a seemingly frail body could go head-to-head with the Dark Knight, the most feared man in Gotham City? The match just doesn't seem fair, especially when you consider that Batman has defeated villains like Bane. It makes you wonder how the Joker could stand a chance against him on a full-on brawl. Well, it's because the Joker's body allows him to withstand legions of pain. As for why, though unconfirmed, it's often theorized that the Joker's exposure to chemicals throughout his life heightened his resilience to pain, especially when he fell into the vat of ace chemicals that transformed him into the Joker. It's unclear how high Joker's tolerance for pain is, but it's certainly higher than any other villain in Gotham. After all, this is a man who cut off his own face and pinned his skin onto a wall. Later, he reattached the decomposing skin back onto his face, and he did it all with a big old smile on his face. He's either crazier than we all thought, which seems impossible, or he just doesn't feel pain. Or perhaps he chooses to ignore it, which might be even more impressive. Genius-level intellect. Whether the Joker is super sane is totally up for debate, but everyone can agree that the Joker is mostly completely nuts. However, that doesn't mean he isn't intelligent. What many people don't understand about the character is that he's actually a genius-level chemist. How else would someone be able to whip up a toxin that can affect everyone but himself? That's definitely gotta take some brain power. Of course, the Joker isn't as smart as some of Batman's other villains, or as the Dark Knight himself. He is a genius-level intellectual who specializes in chemistry and psychology. Ironic, considering his condition. Then again, Harley Quinn was a psychiatrist before being corrupted by the Clown Prince of Crime. There have been several stories in which Batman has journeyed through the Joker's mind. It's a scary place to be, one that's seemingly impossible to navigate. The best way to possibly describe the Joker's intelligence is that he displays fleeting moments of pure brilliance that allows him to gain the upper hand against his arch nemesis. Still, the skill he uses most is his knowledge of chemistry. Remember, he suffers from super sanity. One day he could be a genius, and the next, he's completely inept. Poison immunity. Some of the most unique aspects of the Joker are his physiology and characteristics. We're not talking beyond his stark white skin and green-colored hair. We are referencing his body's natural ability to reject toxins. In addition to being literally fearless, the Joker has toxic immunity. Must be pretty nice to not worry about toxins when you're a criminal mastermind. He can use his toxins on other people, for sure, but they won't affect him in any way. Pretty sweet deal, right? Perhaps that's another reason the Scarecrow's fear toxin didn't work on the Joker. His physiology makes him immune to such poisons. In the story arc The Clown at Midnight, Batman number 663, writer Grant Morrison briefly explains why the Joker is immune not only to his toxins, but to poison in general. It's because he's an avid consumer of his own chemical experiments. The Joker's immunity to poison concoctions that would kill anyone else in an instant has been developed over years of dedicated abuse. In other words, the Joker underwent a drastic, bizarre form of immunotherapy, sort of like people who inject themselves with snake venom over a course of time to become immune, only way more extreme. Then again, he is the Joker, so we really shouldn't put anything like this past him. Shape-shifting. Even though The Dark Knight Strikes Again wasn't what fans expected, it did at least give readers an interesting look into what Bruce Wayne's future looked like post-retirement. Sure, Dick Grayson may have turned evil and become the new Joker, and yeah, he killed several superheroes such as the Guardian and Martian Manhunter. He even came close to killing the latest Robin, Carrie Kelly. But in this series, we saw the dark implications of Bruce's tough training. In Frank Miller's world, Bruce wasn't a good father figure, and his training was abusive. That's something seldom explored in detail in the mainstream universe, even though it's frighteningly realistic. So in addition to becoming the Joker and gaining a powerful healing factor, Dick also obtained a shape-shifting ability, which allowed him to physically resemble the real original Joker. Yes, the same one who died in the Dark Knight Returns miniseries. Although this version of the Joker was actually and technically Dick Grayson in disguise, corrupted by the radical gene therapy and years of abuse from Batman, it's technically the Joker. Albeit an alternate version of the Joker, but still, it totally counts, you guys, right? Fearlessness. To many, Batman is a superhero without fear. But we know that's not true, is it? It's not that Batman doesn't experience fear, rather it's that he manages to overcome his fear and turn it against his enemies. Pretty awesome, right? That's why the villains in Gotham are so afraid of the Dark Knight. Well, everyone except the Joker, of course. One of the unique powers of the Clown Prince of Crime is his fearlessness. Some may argue that it's not exactly a superpower per se, but come on, who else do you know who isn't afraid of anything? He's fearless in every sense of the word. Joker will not flinch when going up against Batman or any other superhero or supervillain, for he literally cannot feel fear. For instance, in the Nightfall story arc, Scarecrow attempts to poison the Joker with his fear toxin, but all the Joker does is laugh and say, boo. Since it didn't work, the Joker attacked Scarecrow, beat him to a pulp, and ended their alliance. As for why the toxin didn't work on the Joker, or why he doesn't feel fear, an explicit reason isn't given, though him being insane might have something to do with it.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really bad.
Well, there you have it. Those are some of the Joker's awesome superpowers. Were you shocked by any? Did we miss any? Let us know in the comments below and share your favorites. While you're at it, subscribe and like our video. Make sure to check out more awesome stuff in our awesome playlist. Thanks for watching.